RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
You know, it's a good segue into our poll topic. P, do you want to bring up the poll?
I was gonna say, what landmine has he set up now?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what landmine I set up this time. Wait, which one again? Sorry.
The grade for 2021 in boxing.
Oh, okay.
He's literally just sifting through his stuff like an ammo packet, like a first-person shooter.
I've got too many landmines that I made. I don't want to step on my own landmine, so I got to know which one. Well, I mean, it's the end of the year, and our boxing for 2021 has concluded. So, we all, like it's like school. We gotta figure out, what's the report card looking like? You know what I'm saying? What's the boxing ghetto report card looking like? So,
some kid is gonna get their ass whooped. Okay.
So let's see. Did it make the honor roll this year, or did we flunk out?
or did boxing not decide to come the last week of school because he knew niggas was gonna beat his ass?
Yeah.
I mean, there's people out there that live that life. I mean, not me.
Teacher, I hurt my foot to get out of class.
It's like that looking around the corner.
But we got a poll up, and it's still active. So vote. We got the best polls out. So fuck with us. But if you had to give boxing a grade this year based on the fights that we got, what grade would you give it for 2021? Would you give it an A, B, C, or D? No F's, because it wasn't that bad that it was an F. There were some years where it was an F, but this is not that year.
This wasn't the year.
It was F adjacent.
So we got 49 votes so far, and 57% gave it a B. 33% gave it an A. So,
oh wow,
wow,
yeah, a lot of people came in late with the A's. I guess a lot of people really enjoyed the fights we got this year.
My paying attention to fights was like a bad feature. I was still gonna give it a B.
How we do movie reviews? Can we say pluses or minuses or no?
Nah,
none of that plus minus.
No, because November was an A plus. November was an A, but for the most part it was a B. So I guess a B. Yeah, B is good.
The thing is,
how many November months did you have out the year like that?
No, right?
It also,
early November was great, and then mid-November was even better. You know what? Was actually November.
No, that was fine. You're right. Overall, that's a B.
Oh wow.
Pilot's having a lot of turbulence right now.
Yeah, I'm paying attention to the name and I'm losing it.
But I mean, it's always interesting in how people grade it, because do you grade it on the fights that we got or the quality of the fights? Because sometimes you want a fight and you get it, and then it doesn't turn out that good, and so you judge it against it, even though that's what you wanted in the first place.
Both. It happens. We all survived Timothy Bradley, Devin Alexander.
Yeah, we did.
Stop bringing that up.
Fight. It was a big fight we all wanted to see. It was significant, meaningful, everything. But the fight was trash. I think the venue was trash. It was in a place no one wanted it to be in.
Yeah, and it ended on some bullshit too.
But it made for a good fight came out afterwards from it, because we got Matisse Alexander after that.
Yes, true. Which was a definitely superior fight. For damn sure.
Yeah.
But for this year, like I said, if we get it's basically did the right fights get made, or did we get enough good fights? What was that?
did the right fights get made, and how good did they turn out?
Right.
Like if a fight was big and it lived up to its height, then that's a plus. Like that makes it even better. Than that is worthy of the praise. If it ends up being a robbery, that kind of chips away a little bit of it. But if the fight was still good, then that type of thing.
Right. So I mean, in my case, I myself, I picked B.
Me too. I picked B.
Yeah, like I said, 2021 was a solid year. Like the only thing I kept it from an A was the fact that the big summer, there was no big summer fight like that. Like all the big summer fights went away. And then the best one, which was Castano and Charlo, ended in a draw, which should have ended in a Castano victory.
But it was still a good fight, though. Like
it was a good fight. But the fact that we were supposed to get another undisputed champion, there's only been one.
Honestly, he doesn't lose as much points as Gonzalez Estrada 2 did.
Oh, fuck that!
Because that was a great fight.
Yeah, it was a great fight, mired in controversy.
So it kind of hurt it more. At least Castano Charlo was close enough, or at least competitive enough, where it didn't make you pissed off at the robbery.
A lot of people still feel that was a fight of the year, by the way.
It was. Like, you could legit call it a fight of the year if it had like a knockdown or two.
Right.
But honestly, it's one of the best fights you'll ever see without a knockdown.
Yeah, I mean, they were just throwing some hands in that shit. Good.
Yeah,
Lord.
What was the fight between Fulton and Figgy, or Fulton Figgy, or Charlo Castano?
I think Charlo Castano was better than Fulton. It was more eye pleasing. Like,
so can I give my? I don't know if I've given my unpopular opinion on this, and you can crucify me if you want to.
Go ahead. You may speak.
But this is my opinion, my personal opinion. Although Fulton Figueroa was more significant as a whole fight, I actually enjoyed Fulton Leo more.
And honestly, I can see that. It's not really controversial, Like,
Fulton who more?
Fulton Angelo Leo, the one that Fulton won his belt early in the year.
Yeah, it didn't have it had a better flow, but it just got more one-sided.
Yeah, because Fulton beat the crap out of Leo at the end. Like, Leo went to the hospital after that fight.
Honestly, I prefer damn Figueroa Neri.
Yeah, Fulton Figgy was really ugly on the eyes. It was really ugly on the eyes. It was competitive, but it wasn't very.
Nah, it wasn't ugly on the eyes. Like a fight that's good, but it gets overrated, and it was ugly on the eyes. Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Perez.
Yeah, no, I never got.
It was meh.
Yeah, I never got the appeal of those two fights. Or the second one should have never happened. The first fight is like, why people?
But they always promote them like they were classic fights, though.
Yeah, and it's far from it. They were not.
Dude, Abner Perez got way better fights than that.
Yeah.
The Darchinian, the fucking Yadi Perez is like a fight of the year.
Hell, even the Abeco fights were better.
Yeah, even the Abeco fight, especially the first one.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it was. But with Fulton, I enjoyed Fulton Figgy a lot because, hey, Fulton. And first, now the decision is what people say he lost, or whatever. But Figueroa actually showed something in that fight that I didn't think he even had. Figueroa, had like a resolve. Like, dude wobbled dude at least 4 times in this fight, and Fulton showed the recovery power because I was like, I don't even know how he avoided not going down or getting KO'd in that fight. But unfortunately, that fight was kind of overshadowed by Kambosos and Lopez by a huge, unfortunately,
which was the better fight to me.
It was the better fight though, but I think both fights deserved to shine. But yeah, that Kambosos and Lopez.
They did it. If they was on opposite weekends, it'd be way better. But you had like a fight that was a B+, and you had a fight that was an A.
Yeah.
And we waited so long for that damn Kambosos fight that it was like, by the time we got here, we were already like, we don't care anymore, and then they made us care. So
yeah, it's exactly what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
because I fell asleep that night.
It was good though.
PJ fell asleep.
Shame on PJ. Shame.
Shame on you.
Shame.
I'm fairly certain that might have also been the same day I was refereeing for a local tournament.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I mean, that was an epic night of boxing. That was a good night, though. But but the reason, that pushed it up back to the B. But the summer fight, I mean, I was most disappointed at Pacquiao Spence going away because Spence, decided to do a little hard sparring and ended up with a
I legit could have an entire episode about the aspects of hard sparring and how people are misusing it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. I mean, I'm not. It has a place, but when you're doing it in a place of actually, getting yourself in actual condition, stuff like that, like James Toney used to do it, then I find it's kind of detrimental. Or Terry Norris was notorious for it.
They were sparring too hard, too close to the fight.
Yeah,
that was.
I got a question for you. When you're ready.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask, what would y'all say was the best, in your opinion, the best unexpected fight we got this year?
Unexpected in what way?
Like, nobody would have went into this year saying, "Oh, I'm gonna put this on my Deadpool card." Like, nobody picked this fight to happen. Like, nobody ever thought this fight would happen this year, and it happened and was good.
That's a good question.
Canelo Plant.
No, I had a feeling it would happen.
Huh? What'd you say?
I had a feeling Canelo Plant would happen, and it made sense.
With Canelo, I never know, yo.
But like for me, like
Crawford Porter.
That was
Crawford Porter.
That was up there. But like that was more. We didn't think it would happen because of the fuckery, but it made sense. They were talking about it for a minute. But yeah, that's
fights that make sense but don't happen because of fuckery. Like,
I mean,
unexpected fight.
I was thinking something like Tank Barrios. That and the fight that nobody expected. I don't think anybody wanted it, and it was really good.
Oh, I shit on that fight.
Yeah, that goes up there.
I still shit on that fight.
Also, Devin Haney, Jojo Diaz. Nobody expected us to get that fight.
Yeah,
I didn't expect Usyk versus Joshua because I actually thought Usyk would not get his shot at the heavyweight title so soon.
Fact. I thought a fight that should be mentioned, I think doesn't get mentioned, was Montana Love Baranchik. That was a dope fight.
Oh yeah, I mean that was actually that was an unexpected. That was a good fight on paper, and then it turned out to be excellent. That was it was probably lower level in contrast to some others. And
y'all, so Pilot, y'all, you think it's a B too? Because both y'all niggas said B's, right?
Yeah, I said B. I think I voted B on the poll too. Yeah, it was a B for sure.
I guess it's a B. Like, it feels like a C plus B type of score though.
No, I think it was better than C to me. I can't give it a C at all.
I said C plus, nigga.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like 79. Like, no, because the reason why I say that because when I look at the bigger names of the sport and certain divisions were just totally like useless. Like they were like a placeholder on like for websites or the ring magazines and shit. Like
160.
160 is a perfect example of that.
I mean, 160's been in this perpetual trash state for the last 4 years, so that's not really saying.
Never this bad. There's usually at least one significant 160 fight.
And like pretty much the last real good. I mean, the last real classic one was Triple G and Derevyanchenko. That was the last real, above average.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was brutality, and ever since then it's just like, you either get.
And I think Paulo Derevyanchenko because people expected something out of that, and that's not even a high level, but it was a decent fight to look for, but that's still going down, like, because you're looking at Derevyanchenko coming off the damn Triple G fight. So you're right. Yeah, 2019. So
the best part about Charlo whenever he fights is what mood is he in, and you know how he's gonna fight. He literally changes moods during the fight.
Yeah, well, he was definitely changing moods. Like once he couldn't get dude out of there, and he gassed. Basically, he got all wide-eyed and shit and was catching all types of bricks.
Derevyanchenko is a person you never count out because he just won't stop.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Can I really call boxing? And I voted a B, but just thinking about it, can I really call boxing a B when ain't have no Thurman fight, no Golovkin
You are
fight?
definitely one of those teachers that students would be scared of about grading.
Like it's like Charlo just had one fight against motherfucking Montiel. Like
I mean, for me, the reason why, 'cause
Yeah.
I mean, I thought the first half was like Showtime shined in this first half of this year. That's what.
Yep.
no Savannah Marshall. Like we didn't have like a decent.
I think it's a C, but November, I love the month of November, so I think November helped make it a C to a B. For me, that's my opinion.
Hold on. I thought you gave him a B. Like
No, I give it a B, but I'm saying mainly because of November.
oh
If
no,
there was no
November kind of boosted it up. Like
boosted it, because really it's a C, C plus.
Like I said,
see, that's what I'm okay. So, but you at least feel what I'm coming from, though, right? Like
No, I feel you. Yeah.
plus like B minus, like. It ain't like it's a high.
Like I said, because I actually thought like the Showtime cards shine, and Eddie had a lot of accidental good cards because there was a whole bunch of
But that's the
upsets.
thing. Accidental. They weren't really no.
Yeah, I mean, like, because you got to remember the Chalk Estrada fight was this year too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, all right, let's break it down. If we're talking about significant fights, one, Roman Gonzalez Estrada,
Right.
Wilder Fury
3, Castaño Charlo,
Cambosis
Lopez,
Efimo.
Usyk Joshua.
White Povetkin 2.
And I don't know if we want to put the Jake Paul fights in there because
Nah.
Herring Stevenson.
Yeah, Harry
Yeah,
Stevenson.
Henry Stevenson.
Bertel Valdez.
Shit, the moment having where Ennis killed Delorme at the same time as fucking as the party shit. That was a pretty good moment. You know, seeing that.
I wouldn't call that a significant fight.
It's not a significant.
But
I just mean the moment. Definitely.
But and I get what you're
You
saying.
sounded like you need a significant upgrade. Like,
Right, I got my phone in Vegas. All right, this is the last time you ever hear me all fucked up. I got my phone in Vegas, man. It is.
But,
the thing is, like, when you start
You
talking
got that
like,
jail pack right now. You got that jail pack.
yeah, we waiting for the DLC to finish downloading it.
No, I mean, like I said, I actually thought this first half of the year was had a lot of solid fights that were pretty good. The summertime was just where it soured to me because, like I said, Pacquiao Ugas was just ugh to me. Like the fact that we had to get that over Spence and the fight was as struggle as it was.
I mean, because we just named some good fights, like,
yeah.
But then it's like,
But fall it rebounded. That's why I said
It
it to be. If the summer had better fights or the fights didn't go away, I would have called it an A. But I think it rebounded enough where October and November were awesome for that. So like, yeah, it's a solid B for me.
yeah, you know what? Because then you had a lot of, and we just named the biggest fights, but then you had a lot of second level, like B level fights that were still pretty good.
Yeah, they were. Like it started off with Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. Like, that's the whole. That was
And then Sora Parker too ended up being good.
exactly.
That fight feels so long ago. I forgot that was in 2021.
We're talking about the one that was like the last week, or
No, I'm talking about Ryan Garcia,
and Campbell.
and Campbell. Yeah,
I think that was like January.
Yeah, it was
3rd
January
or
2nd.
that was January.
January 2nd.
That's how long this year has been. I forgot that it was this year.
Yeah, and let's say I thought there were plenty of them. Like there was Joe Smith and Vlasov was a good ass fight.
That's another one.
Like Leo Fulton was a good ass fight that it was just mentioned. Yeah, pretty much the only fights in the first half that were crap were just the big time were the
And even the female fights. Mayor Hamadouche, of course, Baumgartner Harper. Like,
Yeah.
we got some good female fades.
Yeah, Ebony Bridges and Shannon Courtney, like they was
That was this year, right?
Yeah,
Shannon
that was.
Courtney,
Yeah, that was this year.
Yeah, them bros.
Yeah, it's a B. Yeah, I forgot and see, that was a fight that was anticipated and delivered too, but
yeah,
it wasn't like a big level fight, but it was a big enough fight. Like they legit made themselves an event, and they weren't even a main event.
right. And no, we can't forget about Hooker and Ortiz Jr. I think.
Yeah, that was another good fight. Katie Taylor Jonas was a good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, I give it a B. It's a B. Because you had a lot of the second level, next level fights was good.
Yeah, they deliver. That's why I said like and that's why it's like that's why
it's definitely not a B plus or an A though.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like I said, if the summer was better, then I would have, or either that, or either the first half or the fall would have had to be super. We
would have needed bigger. We would have needed more fights from bigger names. Like, right. I'm sorry, because think about it, if all the fights that we looking forward to happen next year, and you add. Think about it. You add what happened this year, and then you put a Golovkin fight. You put a Keith Thurman fight. You put a couple other names, and yes, they're like my favorite boxers, but I'm just saying, like, they big names.
Right.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
You're going into like A-level territory, especially if them fights are good, and them niggas got track records for having good fights. So.
Right. Like let's say 2019 was an A year. Like that was.
Yeah, exactly. 2019 is an A year. Like. Yeah. So it's like motherfucker who voted for talking about this an A, like nah, I highly did. Cause if this an A year, then 2019 was like motherfucking like what is that? Like,
well, the greatest
the 70s decade all put into 1 year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If 2021 was a classic album, then fucking 2019 was Illmatic in comparison.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah, crazy. Like
that was straight out Compton status, like shit.
Yeah, because it's like there's definitely like what would you say 2020 was?
2020 was probably
a mixed bag.
Was a C year.
A mixed bag, yeah.
Well, what year? Wait, hold on. What's the grade we got for the Regis Taylor, Manny? Was that an A? That was 2018 or 2019?
That was 2019.
That might have been an A. I mean, that was a great year.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. 2019.
Yeah, we were saying
2019 was definitely an A. That's an A++.
Yeah, they're talking about 2020.
Yeah,
2020.
2020 is like maybe like a C.
A C, yeah, probably a C.
But I think it's a C plus though, because when you start really breaking it down, you got some good fades in the amount of like the fuckery, like in all the shit that was happening with the world.
Right.
It's honestly a couple fights shy from being B minus.
Yeah, but it just wasn't like the fall was pretty much what saved 2020, but it wasn't enough to push it to B because it was.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was a couple fights from being like a B minus because if the fall made a good push, but if they would have had a couple better fights in the first half, like if the pandemic would have happened or certain shit would have happened when it was supposed to. It would have worked out better. Like, he would have had a high score. Because think about it. Remember, we had J-Rock Rosario.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And
that was a crazy
and that was a decent fight that we all anticipated, too.
Right, and then the Mikey Garcia, Jesse Vargas card was on point.
That was another good card.
Yeah, that was a good fight, too. That was a good fight.
Fucking, and you had Wilder Fury, you had fucking you had Zepeda Baranchek, nigga, which is like the fight of the millennium, like
exactly.
Yeah.
You had Charlo Derevyanchenko, you had
Charlo Rosario, but that was kind of one-sided.
That was kind of competitive.
That wasn't real competitive, yeah.
You had Tank Santa Cruz.
That's a dope fight.
Yeah.
Who else we had?
That was a vicious knockout. That
Yeah. White Povetkin.
Yeah, White Povetkin for sure. And then of course we have the Taylor Pursuit 2 rematch. Yeah.
Did we have Jonas Harper too?
Yeah. There was like that's when the women were really shining. Yeah, that was a.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when you start looking at last year, like last year legit got a case for, you know, almost making a run for being a B year with all the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
It's missing like a few good fucking fights in the second half. Like even when 2019 started off slow, but the first half of 2019, you still had like what, Laura Castano, fucking
the
J-Rock,
Ramon fight,
Heard,
the Daniel Ramon fight,
the Peterson and
Lipinets, there were a whole bunch of fades.
So 2020 kind of missed. Like, it didn't have a few of those. Like, it needed a few of those type of caliber fights for it to make it a B. But it's close.
Yeah,
I don't really feel like this year kind of leapfrogged last year like that. Like, it was better, but not like the quality gap ain't like. It's like, let me see, like
it's on the same tier. It's I think this year is probably better, but you know.
Yeah, but not by much.
Yeah.
Like what? Like Lethal Weapon and Lethal Weapon 2, like. But then you see how Lethal Weapon 4 was like way better than Lethal Weapon 3.
It was. Although I still have all the Lethal Weapons in the TV show.
like I guess what I'm saying was 2021 didn't Lethal Weapon 4 in 2020.
That's a perfect analogy. I can dig that. Yeah, no, but like I said, I mean, at least it ended this year on a positive note. So, like I said, we just hope that 2022, with what's due for January and scheduled for February, at least can set the year off right. Now, will the heavyweight card do it? It may not, but at least there's some other fights on the horizon that we will preview later. That should be very interesting.